So the actual story is that this was like Camp David in the United States. This was a spa because it's such a beautiful climate. So this would be where dignitaries would come from the Inca world, because it stretched from Colombia down to the middle of Argentina and Chile. So they had to have a place where these people who were collecting information all the way from Cusco that way, probably every twice a year they would come to, they had to meet at a place in order to say, well, in southern Chile we're having trouble with this, and the production of this is very good, so that's why Machu Picchu was selected. And the Inca were a very secret, as we've learned, they were quite a secretive royal family. They didn't want the general public to know much because there was no reason for it. One of the High Inca even said, a little information is a dangerous thing. So everything was coordinated through the Inca royal family. So Pachacutec probably did decide to do some construction here, but they knew they had already found the site abandoned. And the megalithic aspects are, you see that little hill where there are people and there's a building? That's where the hitching post of the sun is. That is megalithic. It was for all the dignitaries to come and meet and discuss affairs of state away from the public eye. That's why it was a secret city. But also supposedly medical experiments were being done here too, because it was a spa. So there used to be a lot of poisonous snakes. And what they would do is they would extract the venom, and from that the doctors were scientifically testing things like rejuvenation, life extension, etc. So word came when the Spanish reached Cusco, word came through the runners, through the trail system, that these foreigners had invaded and they were starting to destroy things like the culture. So Machu Picchu was abandoned at that point on purpose. And they took, the Inca did not take this trail, they took the one on the backside, which goes to Vilcabamba. And Vilcabamba was the last city of the Inca. But the trick that they did is that they probably took most of the gold that was here with them to Vilcabamba. And then what the physicians did is they had all of these snakes in cages. They released the snakes and then left, so that if the Spanish ever found it, they'd have snakes dropping out of trees on their heads and things. So they also destroyed the trail system as they left for probably a few kilometers. That way there was no access, and this way they destroyed the trail that way, so that any time the Spanish were traveling along the trail and came up to a landslide, they would ask the local people, what's beyond this? And the local people said, there's nothing beyond this. And the local people always knew this site was here, always. But they never ventured up here because of the snakes. So that's the story. And also Bingham, the way Bingham found it was he was looking for Vilcabamba, which was the lost, or not the lost, the last city of the Inca. Because National Geographic and Yale thought that the Inca, when they left, Cusco, etc., that their last city would be the storehouse of the gold. That's why they wanted to find it. So they got Bingham to look for it. He was in this area, and he said, where are the stone buildings? Because he was looking for, of course, for megalithic stone, nice work, which he thought the Inca made. And this one man said, my 8-year-old son will take you to Machu Picchu. If you're looking for stone buildings, there are a lot up there. If you look at all of the mountains here, you see they're all rounded. This one's flat. So whoever the megalithic builders were, they were likely the ones who came and somehow cut the top of the mountain up to build their site. So the Inca found it. And I believe the reason why this is called Machu Picchu, which means ancient peak, and that is called Huayna Picchu, is because that is all Inca construction, and calling this Machu means this is old, this is ancient.